Right, right. They don't like millions. It's too late for Russia. Oh yeah. This is why they have the picture like that. Yeah. Look at that, yes. Millions of people. Butterflies and yeah. This is, I mean, Gorbachev cannot feel all these. No way, not in the 21st century. People in Russia, they don't think. Look like the is done. Yeah, and you know when they have a great number of people like this, they always encourage each other. Oh yeah, to become no fear. Yeah. In fact, they were in Moscow. They're going to occupy Moscow. 346. That's a strange. That's the cheapest of the Bajanis. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Descriptions of the believers. And they give their charities while their minds know full well that they will be summoned before the Lord. These are the ones who hasten to work righteousness. They are always far ahead. The disbelievers unappreciated. We never burden any soul beyond its means, and we keep a record that presents the truth. No one will suffer injustice. Because their minds are oblivious to this, they commit works that do not conform with this. Such are their works. Then, when we afflict their leaders with retribution, they complain. Do not complain. Today you cannot receive any help. My revelations were recited to you, but you turned back on your heels. You were too arrogant to accept them. You disregarded them. Have they not reflected on this scripture? Have they attained something never attained by their ancestors? Have they failed to recognize their messenger? Is this why they are disregarding him? Have they decided that he is crazy? Indeed, he has brought the truth to them, but most of them hate the truth. Indeed, if the truth were to follow their opinions, there would be chaos in the heavens of the earth, and everything in them. They have given them the reminder, but they are disregarding their reminder. Reminder here is the mathematical clause, because the word dhikr now, the word dhikr, look in the first verses 438. It's 453. The thought of the Quran that contains the message of the thought of the Quran that contains the gift that message as distinct from the Quran. The same word used here. "72. Are you asking them for any wage? Your Lord's word is far better. He is the best provider. Most assuredly, you are inviting them to a straight path. It is those who disbelieve in the hereafter and deviate from the path. This is consistent with the criteria in the Quran about those who disbelieve in the hereafter. They follow other than the Quran, they don't like the Quran alone, they follow Hadith and Sunnah. And God alone is mentioned, their hearts reach for the version, all the criteria. It is those who disbelieve in the hereafter and deviate from the path. Had we showered them with mercy and relieved their adversity, they would have plunged deeper into their transgression. Even when we afflicted them with retribution, they never turned to the Lord, they never implored. When we showered them with well-deserved retribution, they were shocked. He is the one who granted you the hearing, the eyesight, and the brains. Rarely are you appreciative. He is the one who established you on earth, and before him you will be summoned. He is the one who controls life and death, and he is the one who alternates night and day. Do you not understand? They said what their ancestors said. It said, after we die and turn into dust and bones, we get resurrected. Such promises were given to us and to our parents in the past. These are no more than tales from the past. It's funny because when those ignorant generations demanded that the ancestors be brought back to life as a demonstration of resurrection. This is what even today is happening in the Sunrise. Some dead people come back to life. Hussein and Ali and Fatima to see them come back to life. She's expecting. She also, in fact, maybe in this surah, ironically, the verse in this surah that she uses to prove to her that Ali, Hussein, Hassan, and some Fatima and others will come back to life from this out of the dead.
في يوم وقت الوعيد معلوم
So it happens to every generation. Yeah.
English showering is about.
When we showered them and we deserved distribution, they were shot. 77. We had quite a few problems, like in 76. Even when we afflicted them with retribution, they never turned to it. They never employed. Beirut, Lebanon, is being used as an example in the midst of the Arabs. Beirut was the Kaaba of the Arabs. They go there for fun, and it was a symbol of civilization, but no still to Europe. Civilization. Even from Iran, they used to go to Lebanon in the summer. So it was a center for all the Arab countries. God set it up as an example. Now it is utter ruins. And this is really wiping out over a long period of time. It's the good of Sodom and Gomorrah. And we never learned. Because Beirut was the center of evil. Like Las Vegas of the Middle East. Casinos, gambling, and drinking, and prostitution. Right. And shows, the same shows as Las Vegas. Drugs. Oh yeah. Or center of evil. The whole way.
actually
That's right. During the shot.
last year that actually
That loves Iran. That's very good. Very good thing. So that changes from the evil of disbelieving to the evil of forces. So we can see both. That's beautiful. Yeah. 84. Most believers are going to hell. For many believe in God. Say, to whom belongs the earth and everyone on it, if you know. They will say to God, say, why then? You know, say, See, it's no big deal to God. You just believe in Him. He doesn't care. But the idea is God's absolute authority. In fact, and it's not ego either, or arrogance. It's a fact. No one can be a God except God. No one is qualified to be a God except God. So it's just a matter of truth, fact. And I think this demonstration is taken by God because the earth says with the rest of front page of Christ, such as Satan's dominion. and at the same time compare with God's kingdom who teaches you death, and he still gives them bananas and pineapples and mangoes and lobster and fish and beef and lamb and fish and chicken. Right. This is after the consistent dinner. So there's the Protestant.
Each holy country seems like they have to cover somehow.
The cover is small.
Wow, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes,
Right. Right. Hey, what's happening to us?
What is this?
Also, it shows us how God works. This is God's work, it's nobody else. So there's no reason whatsoever why Czechoslovakia and Romania should do the same thing. In fact, Ceausescu insisted on keeping Romania the same way before he is now. The Ed was probably still beating him up. It's a long.
Thing like this, still in his body.
No, after leaving the body in the other dimension, it's beating
Oh,
him.
he's doing it. Yeah.
86. Says is the Lord of the 7 universes, the Lord of the great dominion. And these people who say God, say, why then do you not turn righteous? Because of the idols. 88. Say, who possesses kingship over all things? He provides support but needs no support, if you know. They would say God, say, where did you go wrong? But look at the footnotes, 23, 84 to 89, belief in God is valid only if one recognizes God's qualities, such as the fact that God controls everything. Believers who do not know God are not really believers. Most believers nullify their belief by idolizing prophets and saints. That's good enough. Let's read the Fatiha for Sa'ad Christus today. She used to sit here. So I think I've got to send the names to help you. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. What did you say? What did you say? The widest dreams and you answered you think you'll be speaking Arabic words. Some point to some Arizona desert.
6:30 in the morning.
Definitely not 6:30 in the morning.
That's why I was like, what? What? Like,
Right. Yeah, I was listening to her. They recorded this thing from parents.
I sent my sister a copy.
Yeah, good for you.
My,
you kid?
I don't know, I haven't talked to her since.
You were putting the shit for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Pull it out.
And my parents are at the same address, so I'll go see it too.
Yeah. Maybe in 3 or 4 years you're gonna hit. Wow!
And then they'll call you on the telephone. Oh my god.
Then they call you on the telephone.
I want to send one to my brother too.
Okay, workers, come and eat. Notice. I saw a horrified look on Beirut's face. How did you know it was not working?
It was worship.
This Francisco used it as a pillow. The head of the sleeping section. From the midst of digested food and blood, you get pure milk, delicious for the drinkers. If anyone says he doesn't like milk, give him rough time. You didn't say it, right? You drink milk? We want you to grow tall.
And
We don't want you to be stunted.
when I was about 17, I started growing up.
Yeah, see? Exactly. Wow. This is profound. You actually craved it.
Now I stick to chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk. As long as the milk is there.
In the midst of the machine.
Chocolate is only a flavor. In the midst of a machine. And push button.
On TV, they see cows actually eat chocolate milk.
Yes.
Advertising.
No.
The cows, they eat chocolate milk.
Well, most city boys think that, and girls, think that milk comes from the refrigerator. They have no idea what cows are. 67. More proofs about God. And from the fruits of date palms and grape you produce bad things like intoxicants and good things as well. This is a sign for people who understand. The bee. And your Lord inspired the bee. Built homes in mountains and trees, and in the hives they built for you. Now the bee kingdom, this is the name of the surah. The bee kingdom is quite elaborate. It has a queen that is there's absolute authority in the beehive. Only one monarch, the queen. She rules the whole hive. She's the mother of the whole hive. And then there are the workers. There are her entourage. It's always serving her, cleaning around her, guarding her. You can recognize the queen. You can see her with a lot of activity around her. She's very important. She goes around laying eggs. And then there are the workers who supposedly provide food for new babies. They go out. There's scouts. They go look for food. They don't do anything else. They just scout. Then they come back and they tell the rest of the workers where the food is. You go northwest, 62 degrees for 3.3 miles. That's what they tell them. So the workers, sure enough, they rush 62 degrees northwest, 3.3 miles. Sometimes make mistake, 3.2 miles, they find nothing. They said 3.3 miles, so they go 0.1 more mile, and sure enough, there's a cotton field. They get the food, the nectar, and the pollen. Two things that they get: nectar and pollen. The nectar they absorb in their stomach, not their stomach. It's a place for maybe it is the stomach. I think it is the stomach. They take the nectar in the stomach, and the pollen. This is really something. They have pockets in the legs. Are you aware of this? Most of you, they have pockets that are empty in their legs, and they have hairs like my hairs. So they get the pollen in the hairs, and then they go like this to fill the pockets. If you watch the bees, you can see them filling the pockets. And when the pocket gets really full like this, you can see something with the legs real big. Then they go back to the hive and they empty all this. They empty the nectar and the pollen, and then the enzymes make the honey. How about that for a dessert? Now, one bee will produce a tiny amount of honey, right? But 10 million bees, again, like the carbon chain. With this paper, all this billions of tons of paper from the air.
The queen dies.
The queen dies, then the hive dies.
No, you know what they do?
They make false queens.
The eggs, they have to feed special royal jelly. And then they make a queen.
Oh, you mean the workers?
Yeah, the workers immediately go to work, even though there's a chaos in the hive.
There are also false queens, if the hive is not attended. Sometimes inadvertently, a new queen, of course, not inadvertently, but this to produce more hives. Another queen will show up.
And then they have to kill each other.
No, one of them will run away and they'll go on a tree. You can see they'll flying around the queen, all of them, and they don't sting. You can take them and put them around the place. See pictures of people with the beards of bees. Swarming. So they can take it, get an empty hive, put them there, and you have a new hive. And they know their hive, the place. They can go around the whole 5 mile radius and they come back to their hive. They recognize it. It's quite I took a course in bees and bee language.
Yeah, normally they put these boxes all together in the field.
I know, but they know their own hive. 69. They eat from all the fruits, following the design of your Lord precisely. From their bellies, they're also the males. You just sit around, you do nothing, just mate with the queen when the time comes. Only one of them, but only one of them gets the job, the rest are killed, kicked out. We don't need you anymore. You can see them all dead around the hive outside after the mating. This is the one time that the queen leaves the hive. And then it's a race. She's very strong. So the strongest drone or male is the one who can catch up with her. Then the rest are killed. Including the king.
Including the king?
Yes. It's not worth it, huh? 69. Then eat from all the fruits following the design of your Lord precisely. From their bellies comes a drink of different colors, wherein there is healing for the people. It was only discovered 5 or 6 years ago that honey will heal allergy. If you're allergic to local pollen, you have to eat local honey. Something happens, heals the allergy. And this was scientifically established. This is a proof for people who reflect.
Oh, it says milk and milk and honey. Milk and honey, they're both very good. Don't mix them together. I used to do that. It's a laxative.
Yeah? You think you got the wrong correlation there. No, I think when you drank that milk and honey, you went to McDonald's and had a bad hamburger. It gave you diarrhea. That's what you think.
No, I guess it's different with other people. Some people, they get that way when they do hot milk or warm milk or cold milk. They find their early habits. It has different effects for different people.
No, you see, he probably had one bad experience, so he generalized. You can't do that.
I'm always happy though.
We drink honey and milk almost every morning, quite often. No problem. Mr. Somalia, what did you say? You don't need what? Really? Ah. You know what the percentage of fat in it? Is it thick or light? Oh, it's like skim milk. Huh? So the camel. Number 70. And God created you, and He terminates your lives. He let some of you live to the oldest age, only to find out that there is a limit to the knowledge they can acquire. God is omniscient, omnipotent. And God has provided for some of you more than others. Those who are given plenty would never give their properties to their subordinates to the extent of making them partners. When they give up God's blessings. 71 in the New Translation Sorry, John, this is an old translation. In the new translation, I put a subtitle there. Because God here is giving us an example. Why should we set up idols beside Him? He said, we will not do that. We will not give your servant half of your property or make a partner to the point that you have to pay allegiance to your servant as much as he or she pays allegiance to you. So why should God give His benefit to His servants, Muhammad or Jesus? 72. And God made for you spouses from among yourselves, and produced for you from your spouses children and grandchildren, and provided you with good provisions. Should they believe in falsehood and turn unappreciative of God's blessings? See, all these are profound. You can take one of these and look, just reflect on the greatness of it, and to give you proof of God. The spouses, the children, all this is just profound signs. You have to reflect on how the embryos are made, have cells. What the reproductive cells are exactly half of the regular number of chromosomes. So if you take a cell from anywhere, it has 46 chromosomes. If you look at the reproductive cell, it's 23. Two reproductive cells get together, they make a new human being, a new creature, whatever the creature is. I mean, it's who designed that? Why do the cells are cut in half in the reproductive system and they stay that way? Subhanallah. Okay, there's one page. Go back to sleep, John. When you come in earlier, Mahfouz came later on.
I did, yes.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله. While Noah was building the ark, whenever some of his people passed by him, just like Bill Cosby said, they laughed at him. He said, you may be laughing at us, but we are laughing at you, just as you are laughing. How long can you tell us? Ha ha ha. It was a Quranic tape. 39. You will soon find out who will suffer a shameful retribution and incur an everlasting punishment. When our judgment came and the pot boiled over, the atmosphere boiled over, we said, carry on it a pair of each kite, a male hippo and a female hippo, together with your family, except those who are condemned. Carry with you those who have believed, and there were only a few. He said, come on board, in the name of God shall be its sailing and its mooring. My Lord is forgiver, most merciful. As it sailed with them in waves like hills, Noah called his son, who was isolated, O my son, join us. Do not be with the disbelievers. He said, I will take refuge on top of a hill to protect me from the water. Noah said, nothing can protect anyone today from God's judgment. Only those worthy of His mercy will be saved. The waves separated them, and he was among those who drowned. It was proclaimed, O earth, swallow the water, and O sky cease. The water then subsided. The judgment was carried out. The ark finally rested on the hills of Judea. It was then proclaimed, the transgressors have perished. Noah implored his Lord, my Lord, my son is a member of my family. Your promise is truthful, and you are the wisest of the wise. God said, O Noah, he is not of your family. It is unrighteous to ask me for something you do not know. I enlighten you, lest you be ignorant. It is unrighteous to ask me of something you do not know. It's a significant thing. We shouldn't say things that we do not know, but it is like that. When God said that the Quran is not infinite, this is visiting. We cannot, Satan will push us in that direction. We cannot claim for God what He did not state. We talk about the issue of He and the His again. And God says, He said to Adam and to Jesus, be, and they were. So, but yet when it comes to Adam, God says, I blow into him from my spirit. And when it comes to Jesus, send Adam, Gabriel, to Mary, and we blow into her from our spirit. But this is the end of it.
But when you reach certain stage, you have to agree on the price. Be and it is. Sent for who? Mary first? God sent
Gabriel
to Mary.
This story of Noah, just like what is happening now in Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union, God made a decision, they were staying it out. Just like that. Even a small company, board of directors, and the chairman of the board, and he says, let's do this, let's do that. It's done. God runs the world. There's a government running the whole world, the whole universe. God runs every detail in it. 47. Noah said, my Lord, I seek refuge in you, lest I implore you again for something I do not know. Unless you forgive me and have mercy on me, I will be with the losers. It was proclaimed, O Noah, disembark with peace and blessings upon you and upon nations who will descend from your companions. As for the other nations descending from you, you will bless them for a while, then permit them to turn from retribution. This is news from the past that we revealed to you. You had no knowledge about them, neither you nor your people. Before this, therefore, be patient. The ultimate victory belongs to the righteous. So what does this mean? Be patient. The ultimate victory belongs to the righteous. For a nice thing, this is God's system. So just don't be in a hurry to have this believer's wiped out. Be patient, because God's giving them a chance to see the message, look at it, make a decision. And the longer they're given a chance, the worse the retribution actually. But this is God's inevitable system. And this believers will have to be wiped out. Hud. Number 50. To Ad we sent their brother Hud. He said, O my people, worship God, you have no other God beside him. You are inventing. O my people, I do not ask you for any wage. My wage comes only from the one who initiated me. You do not understand. O my people, seek forgiveness from your Lord, then repent to him. He will then shower you with provisions from the sky, and augment your strength. Do not turn back like the guilty ones. They said, O Hud, you did not show us any proof, and we are not abandoning our gods on account of what you said. In you we are not believers. 54. We say that some of our gods have afflicted you with a curse. He said, I bear witness before God, and you bear witness that I disowned the idols you have set up besides him. So give me your collective response without delay. I have put my trust in God, my Lord and ruler. There is not a creature that he does not control. My Lord is on the right path. If you turn away, then I have delivered to you what I was sent with. My Lord will substitute other people in your place, and you cannot harm him in the least. My Lord is in control of all things. See these two verses, one of them says, there is not a creature that he does not control. In the Arabic is even stronger than that, much stronger. It says, ما من دابة إلا هو آخذ بناصيته. ما من دابة creature, fly, mosquito, a lion, that is fully controlled every single creature. That's why Satan cannot be a God. He couldn't even control and have it work. Brother. Huge building. Written on every creature. Every creature controlled by God. How much the heart pumps, how much blood goes in the vein. How big a headache. Of course, God doesn't bring the headaches. But even that is decided. God tells Satan, you can go only this far. Let's step into migraine. Only a little headache. Satan has to abide by that. There's not a creature that is not controlled by God. And 56 says, my Lord is in control of all things. So think of the carpet as a creature. That controls every act. SubhanAllah. 58. When our judgment came, we saved Hud and those who believed with him by mercy from us. We saved them from a terrible retribution. This again is God's system. The believers are saved, whether they are 1 or 1 million. God always saves the believers first, and then smashes the disbelievers. So even if God is to punish the disbelievers by a nuclear explosion, somehow the believers will be protected. I think age is a good example, because it hits people. 59. Such was Ad. They disregarded the revelations of the Lord, disobeyed his messengers, and followed the ways of every stubborn transgressor. Consequently, they incurred condemnation in this world and on the day of resurrection. Indeed, Ad rejected the Lord. Indeed, Ad the people of Hud perished. Congratulations, you lucky believers. Congratulations. Verse 28.
How long they say Noah's ark was water?
Probably 24 hours.
How long did they?
40 days.
40 days?
40 days and 40 nights. I don't know what the big deal is. 40 days and 40 nights. They always say 3 days and 3 nights. 40 days and 40 nights. Congratulations.
That means good.
Yeah.
Good, not good.
Healthy.
No, very good.
2 and 2. 2 and 2. So how was Palm Desert?
Alhamdulillah, it was beautiful.
Yes, I noticed the weather. Good.
Yes.
Allah. Yes, 2 and 2.
Not sure about
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Heaven and men are eternal. As for the righteous, they have deserved a far better reward, multiplied manifold. Never will they suffer any deprivation or shame. They will be the dwellers of paradise. They abide therein forever. As for those who earn sins, their requital is equivalent to their sin. Humiliation is their lot, and nothing other than God can protect them. The faces will seem like masses of dark night have surrounded them. They will be the dwellers of hell. They abide therein forever. Actually, this may not be an allegory. Masses of dark night surrounding them. Because I think the most important feature of hell is darkness. So be far away from. I don't think the eighth universe will be adorned with stars or sun or moon. It's going to be dark. When we go visit our relatives and friends, we will provide some light. Idols disown their worshippers. 28. On the day when we summon them all, we will say to those who worship idols, we have summoned you together with you idols. We will have them confront each other, and the idols will say to them, it is not us that you worship. I'm going to stop here because they put it together with other verses in the Quran. They were worshipping nothing. They go to the tombs of the saints, prophets, and they ask them for health and wealth and children and so on. But they are really toward nothing. There's nothing in there. Whatever is left of the bodies of those saints has become like part of the tomb, part of the earth. So they're employed nothing. 29. God suffices as a witness between us and you. We were completely oblivious of your worshiping us. Number 30. That is when each soul will examine everything it has done. It will be returned to God, its rightful Lord and Master, while the idols it had fabricated will disown them. Say, who provides for you from the heaven and the earth? Who controls all the hearing and the eyesight? Who produces the living from the dead, and the dead from the living? Who is in control of all things? They will say, God. Say, why then do you not observe righteousness? First question in 31 is, who provides for you from the heaven and the earth? God is the only provider. Of course, most people are not aware of this. Who controls all the hearing and the eyesight? These are nice things to enjoy. The hearing and the eyesight. God controls them. And last night, Stephen and I went for our 27th anniversary. The next to us was sitting an old gentleman, and obviously a lady was taking care of him, and he was having a hearing aid, and his helper was yelling at him all the time. It was very nice sentences, but in very loud voice. It's amazing what happens when you don't have hearing, God gave us, or eyesight that God gave us. These things we take for granted. We're walking around, we never see. This guy was very old, obviously, he must have been in his 80s or 90s. He lost most of his hearing. God controls that.
Yes, God is very merciful too, because my parents are both, my mom's about 80 and my dad's 80. And my dad has lost a lot of his hearing, and my mom is losing her eyesight. So between the two of them, they take care of each other.
Right. When 80s that's when everything goes weak.
Oh, and they're merciful and wonderful.
Your parents, this is both the parents hear and see very well. She enjoyed the picnic. So everything that was happening.
Yeah, because she saw me from quite a distance.
Right. So God gave us two eyes.
Yeah.
And they're in their 80s. So your father's 80 and your mother almost 80. And they're not even believers, I mean, not the way we are.
Yeah.
They don't know about the Quran, they don't know the details of the miracles of God. Probably because of you that they are in much better shape than most people. your sake, God will make them good.
God fixed my eyesight where,
Yeah, the funny problem. See, 4 cats, right? Double 2 cats at least. You're seeing double. Or after the operation.
Well, afterwards, yeah.
You're seeing 4 or 2 after the operation.
Depends on what I look at. But
before the operation?
sometimes I would before the operation. This eye was going to the side.
So you were seeing Mahmoud when you were looking at me?
Nobody knew what she was looking at.
That was funny. We had a professor. Actually, he's the same professor for Greek. Weeks ago. And his eyes were going like this, so you can't tell who he's looking at. And we took advantage of this because when he used to, for oral examination, he'd have 2 people. Okay? He's asking us oral questions. So what's over there? And whoever knows, we made an agreement, whoever knows the question answer it.
And say you thought he was looking at me.
But the agreement was serious. When he asks a question, whoever knows the question, answer it. And we just say that you looking at him. I was asking you, but you're looking at him. Oh, okay. Poor guy, I think we probably gave him a complex.
It wasn't always obvious when you looked. But it was getting worse, and it was a lot of strain, and I couldn't do it. I like to read, and I had trouble reading.
How about if 2 people said answer the same?
That was my next statement. Then there comes a situation when you ask a question none of us will know. The 2 of us will just sit there and not answer it. I'm asking you, you're talking to me? We'll create a scene until he forgets the question. This is a true story. Alhamdulillah. Thank God. That's all the healing and Aisha. Who produces the living from the dead? Of course, there is also the literal production of the living from the dead, but also there is the like when a chick comes out of the egg. When the embryo is dormant, you can consider it dead. But you have somebody innocently eats an omelet, So it gets digested, so it is dead for reproductive purposes. But if you leave it alone, you can have a chicken come out of the egg. That's the living from the dead. And the living from the living is because after a while you eat the chicken. The chicken is dead. Go ahead.
Is embryo and alaq
Alaq is a stage of embryo.
And nutfa is tiny water.
Also a stage of embryo.
Which one is
bite-sized?
tiny water?
Tiny water? This is even before the...
That was before nutfa.
No, nutfa is first.
Tiny water.
A drop of semen.
Right. That's nutfa. And then alaq is the embryo.
First stage of embryo. When the fertilized egg attaches itself to the side of the fallopian tube.
And then what was the other one?
Nutfa. Mother. Bite-sized. Yes, bite-sized. Some people's bites are bigger than others, but still the range. They would say God, but they're disbelievers. Say, why then do you not observe righteousness? 32. Such is God your rightful Lord. What is there after the truth except falsehood? How could you disregard all this? Thus does the decree of your Lord determine the fate of those who decided to be wicked. They cannot be. Otherwise, if they decide People had anything to do with God, and God blocks them out. That's not the reason. You cannot see all these obvious signs. Reflect on your idols. Because this believer's 34 say, can any of your idols initiate creation? Then repeat it. Say, God initiates the creation, then repeat. They have big, huge companies, engineers, and research and development departments, and they end up making a stuff that looks like this stuff. And they're very proud. They patent it, make a big deal out of it. It doesn't have eyes that can see. Sometimes they forget the whiskers, which are important. And these whiskers are very important. Do you know that? Then they get many things. Your radar.
I want to watch it.
The stuffed animals they make, or the dolls, they don't have tongue.
They don't recognize their owner and come and sit on their lap.
Exactly.
What does this genetic science mean?
Yeah. Well, they haven't done anything yet. So they have been playing around with cells and putting taken out of them and adding into the components, cell components.
Once I found out that they make the station science. But light, when light comes out of the ground, it doesn't work like this big. But times are different. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They made a plant.
Yeah.
And they classify the data and something else.
And that was
6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, the FDA refused them.
No, it's not FDA. They cannot breed it. It will come out. It will not reproduce.
They also need a strawberry crust.
Oh,
Yes,
so, yeah. No, that's breeding. But genetic engineering, they actually go in the cell and add chromosomes and genes. But still, there isn't God's material. And then they have to say that. They use pre-existing things when God created. They're learning. They're learning about God's engineering. Actually, what is this? See, the cell has these, the human cell has 46 chromosomes. Every chromosome has those millions of tiny molecules called genes. And every gene controls something in us. The size of your nose, the size of your ear. That would be a big gene. Actually, your nose is very, very good looking. Since you have to joke about it, I'll joke about it. The color of your hair, what kind of hair you have, straight and curly. All these genes, you decide everything. Your height, your weight, your number of your toes. For people 6 toes.
There was just an article in the Reader's Digest about a boy who had 4 different very strange diseases that are genetically transmitted. And he lived long enough. They took parts of his cells and they separated them out and they did all this matching with normal cells to find out what gene it was that was missing. And that's why they think that he had Duchenne's muscular dystrophy was one of them. And they think they've isolated the gene that causes that, so that they can now do genetic tests on the fetus and find out if it's predisposed to that. And it was just so beautiful because the article said he lived long enough for this, and I thought that was his purpose. Exactly. That's why he was here, was to give them this information. And then he's gone to heaven. He died at like 17, so mashallah, he's gone to heaven. And some advances have probably been made.
So this is, look at God's design. We're creatures walking on earth because of this They're very tiny. There are things that are all sub-microscopic. You cannot see them. And they determine exactly.
They're trying to find the master gene that tells the genes to be what they are. And from the cell that make up the ears, different from the one that make it. We're told that both of them are the same.
It'd be funny if you have your ear in your toe. I said.
So someone is telling all the master gene is controlling them and giving the instructions.
That's a whole different issue.
Yes, really, it's amazing.
Yes. This is after deciding that the characteristics of the human being in the gene. These are in the reproductive cell of the man or the woman. They have the characteristics. They get together, make a new creature with new characteristics. He looks like his mom. No, he looks like his dad. Yes. Yes. It is. Called the genetic code. The whole course of it. Read this one.
Is it the same as DNA?
It is the same, yes.
What is DNA?
DNA?
DNA.
Oh, deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. This is this is my famous joke, another famous joke. I've probably heard it 100 times. But it's about the two schools of thought in teaching, because there's so much knowledge around. Some people say start from the basics and go gradually to the complex issues. And some people say just teach the complex issues and students will grab the basics as they go. There are two valid schools of thought, actually. So Watson, who discovered the DNA, the helical structure, he got a Nobel Prize, was sitting in the plane one time. This is a true story. Well, modified. Like the joke. He was sitting next to a guy, and this guy was studying DNA, and here's the man who discovered DNA's structure and everything about DNA. The most expert in the whole world about DNA. And this student happened to be one of the people who followed the second, who grew up in the second school of thought that teach the complex and forget the basics. They'll catch it up. So Watson volunteered. He couldn't resist. He told them, well, if you, I know something about this, if you need any help or anything. He said, well, I know everything about deoxyribonucleic. What is acid? Congratulations. The very basic thing.
Very basic. The only word in there that I know.
Oh, you follow the other school of thought.
Yes, I started the basics and never got any farther.
Okay, workers.